Hey, your personal energy number, also known as your Ming Gua, reveals so much about you and can help guide you to gain more health, wealth, and happiness. It can help you particularly when you look at how your personal energy number interacts with the energies of the year. And that's what I'm going to share with you today, a horoscope, if you will, on how your personal energy number is interacting with the energies of 2021. I will also share with you how to find your personal energy number. Knowing our personal energy number and how it interacts with the energies of 2021 gives us insight on if we need to be more mindful of our health, if it's a good year to start your side hustle, how your relationships are going to fare. So stay tuned. I'm Jeanette Sizikowski, your go-to Feng Shui consultant. Let's get into it. Classical Feng Shui theorists, philosophers, masters, grandmasters have been studying the flow of energy for centuries. Masters and grandmasters have studied what happens when these different energies interact, what events occur, what results from different energies interacting with each other. Today I'm using some of these ancient techniques, flying star, purple script, and some techniques of my own to help give you insight on how you and your energy will be in 2021. First, you have to know what your personal energy number is. I created a more extensive video here to help you find your personal energy number. I've also created the easiest cheat sheet on the planet to help you find your personal energy number. You simply go to the link in the description of this video. There you will find a PDF of birthdays ranging from 1940 to today. And there you go to the row with your birthday and boom, next to it is your personal energy number. This is great if your birthday is in January or February because you guys are a little bit tricky because Chinese New Year falls at a different time every year. If you'd like to quickly calculate your number right now, take your birth year, let's take 1987 for example, and you add the total of those numbers. 1 plus 9, 8 plus 7, 10, 15. 1 and 0 reduces to 1, 15 reduces to 6, 1 plus 6 is 7. Now listen up, if you are a male, you subtract that final number, 7 from our example, from the number 11, only if you are a man. So 11 minus 7 equals 4. If you are female and your number reduced to 7, then you add 4. 7 plus 4 equals 11. 11 reduces to 2. So if you are a male, your personal energy number in this case was 4, and if you are female, your personal energy case in this number was 2. Again, this works for everybody past those February birthdays. If you're a January or February birthday, just go check out my cheat sheet. Second note, if you are female and your birth year reduces to 5, you are actually an 8. If you are a male and your number reduces to a 5, your number is actually a 2. Now that you have your personal energy number, today we are talking about 2s, or all of the males that came from the number 5, who are 2s. 2s, you are the earth element. 5 is also the earth element. You are honest, sacrificing, supportive, and potentially a bit conservative. You have wood visiting you this year. Wood controls earth. Think of trees and vines growing in the earth. The roots slowly start pushing land and soil to establish themselves. This could go two ways. 2s are very honest and self-sacrificing, and earth is a very nurturing, supportive element. People with the personal energy number 2 are often very self-sacrificing, honest, and helpful, similar to the earth element that's very supportive and nurturing. If we think about the earth element for a second, it supports growth almost blindly. The earth doesn't know what's being planted or what's growing. If you think about it, anything you plant into the earth is going to grow. It could be beautiful flowers, trees, and grass that's pleasant to the eye, beautiful to enjoy, but it's also going to help grow any weeds that are planted, anything negative that's planted. So think about this earth analogy as if it was your mind, as if it's who you are, if it's your feelings. Are you planting helpful, productive knowledge and seeds to create beautiful outcomes and positivity, or are you planting seeds of negativity that grow into weeds that start to take over and control your mind? You may feel a bit controlled this year in certain aspects of your life, like someone or something is really trying to establish their opinion or their authority. But you can choose to create something beautiful from it. If you're discerning, these changes can be embraced as good. If you're not careful, your thoughts or actions may become seeds of weeds that sprout and take over your life. Life is always easier when you can go with the flow, when you're expecting the change, when you're choosing to do the change, you can embrace it, you can embrace the change for the better. But this year you might feel a little bit controlled. There might be some things coming your way that are unexpected that need change. The good news is, you are human. You are not just a piece of land that doesn't know what's getting planted into it and helps it all grow. You are human. You get to choose what gets planted into your mind, what gets planted into your reality, and you get to choose what you support. Do you support the positivity? Do you support the new change that's to come? Or are you supporting the weeds? Whenever our personal energy number, or Ming Gua, is with an element that controls it, we have to be privy to the idea that we may get worn down trying to fight back. But here are some things to consider. Think about if you need to fight back, or if the change, though uncomfortable, is good. 2s and 5s, it's important for you to stay on top of your health this year. Your mental health, your gut health, your spleen health, it's important. Something easy you can do is start practicing a strong meditative grounding practice. You are Earth after all, and so for anything good to grow, you need to be your strong self. You need to be your best healthy self. 2s and 5s, you are a wise bunch. You take your experiences and give your advice. You share knowledge to help others. You have the essence of a teacher or a nurturing figure. And because you take your wisdom, your knowledge, and help others, you like to learn more to help. This year is great for this. You visit an auspicious energy for learning and wisdom this year. So keep learning this year. Set some goals like reading 10 pages a day, reading 1 book a month. At the time, it feels pretty simple to sit and read 10 pages a day, but if you think about how that accumulates over the span of a year, it's amazing the results that'll happen. It's amazing how many pages and books you'll have accomplished in 365 days. Think about what you're watching on TV too. If you're really not wanting to start with books, or maybe your goal is 10 books the whole year and you really don't want to leave your Netflix, what are you watching on Netflix? Can it be knowledgeable? Can it be about nature? Can it be something learning about your hobby to better yourself? The seeds that you plant in your mind this year are laying the groundwork for future human harmony and future prosperity. It might not seem like it now, but the things you learn this year will pay off tenfold in the years to come. With your skill, with your knowledge, with your talents, you have the ability to make money this year. You are interacting with current human harmony and current prosperity in a metal palace. Looking at the energies interacting this year, it seems like what brings you happiness and abundance comes from what you produce, your hobbies and your joys and your talents, rather than your job. Earth produces metal in that elemental cycle that we've discussed in other videos. And when we produce something in Feng Shui, in this elemental cycle, it means what we make, quite literally what we produce. So as I'm reading the interactions of all these energies, it seems like the happiness that you're going to gain or the money you're going to gain is going to come from cultivating and learning and feeding into these hobbies and these talents that you have. You will make money from your job, and your job is still important and all of that, but it just seems like, particularly this year, paying attention to those other talents that you have, those other hobbies and interests, are going to give you some gifts. You also have a heavenly energy, another parental supportive energy visiting you. So you are supported in your hobbies, ideas, and what you produce this year. People will respect you for it. Be mindful of how you do it and who you're taking advice from. Help is good, support is good from the right people. You may be inclined to take some online courses this year. Just be thorough in your decisions on which courses you pick and actually produce something. The internet is an awesome place. There is all different ways to learn new things and master classes to take, and that's awesome. And you might be inclined to do some of those this year, but let me give you a scenario. The negative way this could go is you could start buying book after book after book, or tutorial and course and mini course and master class, and you're learning and you're really excited about these new things that you're learning, but you're still uncomfortable to actually implement it, to actually do anything, so you just buy another course or you buy another book. That is what I want you to avoid this year. The energy that your personal energy number is mixing with this year is excited for you to learn and to grow, but just be careful of how much money you're spending on the knowledge and the learning. My men that are personal energy number 2s, but you came from a 5, all of this applies to you. But in addition to that, you are strong and independent, which could also mean lonely this year. It could mean lonely and stubborn. Lonely in the sense is it's a result of being too focused and too isolated on your own things. On one hand, if the people around you are not supportive to this new growth, then independent solidarity going at it on your own is a good thing if you trust what you're doing and growing into. But don't forget, you likely do have loved ones around you. You likely do have at least one friend that is supportive to see you grow. Do not forget to share your time with the people who care. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget, this video and this message is for all of 2021, so feel free to come back and revisit this if in a few months you're starting to feel confused or a little stuck and you want to be inspired about what to do, or if you're wondering why certain things are happening. This message can remind you of how to overcome certain things or how you're supposed to handle certain things. Comment below, I am prepared. Like this video if you learned just a little something or if you enjoyed the video. And if you're new to this channel, subscribe and follow along as I share with you more Feng Shui and mindset tips to help you transform the life that you tolerate into one you treasure.